you guys, welcome back to our channel, Marriage and Medicine. As you can see, I have a little guest with me today, but we're getting ready to leave for a trip in a few days, and so I wanted to show you guys what packing looks like for us now that we have two kids, especially since we have one that's a toddler and then one that is a baby. I figured maybe it might be helpful if you're someone who is new as a parent, or maybe you're just new to having multiple kids like I am. This is our first trip that we're taking, all four of us together, and so I figured I would just show you some of the things that I pack and some of the things I think about when I try to pack for a trip to help make the trip go a little bit more smooth. So I'm going to start with Naya first. She's a toddler. She'll be 4 in a few days, and the one thing I always pack for all of us is packing cubes. We all have our own color, and it just makes things a lot easier when we can throw everything into the suitcase and then stuff doesn't get mixed up. And you can pick a whole bunch of stuff to fit into these cubes. They come in all different sizes. There's like a laundry bag in there, a shoe bag, just all kinds of stuff to help make your packing a lot more organized. So Naya's is purple, but for her, we're going to Great Wolf Lodge for her birthday. She doesn't know yet. And so some of the stuff that I'm packing for her, of course, we have swimsuits. And then I also packed water shoes. I've never been to Great Wolf Lodge before, so I don't know if she'll need them or not, but just in case she needs those. And then we're going to be there for 3 days. So I have all of her clothes here. Unfortunately, it's going to be cold and rainy, so it's like whenever we do leave, maybe like for dinner and stuff, I have clothes for that. And then something I also try to do with packing when it comes to clothes is I try to only bring a limited amount of shoes. So in this case, I brought 2 pairs of shoes, and I try to make sure that they match with every outfit that I pack. So at least 1 pair of shoe could match some kind of outfit that's packed in her bag. So we have that. I got her a jacket, of course, underwear and socks, her pajamas, and then some pull-ups for at night. She's potty trained, but at night she's still, when she goes to sleep, she hasn't gotten to the point yet where she can hold her bladder throughout the night. So we have pull-ups for that. But that's pretty much it for Naya. We don't have to bring bedding this time because the room that we have set up, thankfully they have a kid-sized bed and the bedding on there. So normally I would bring a blow-up mattress. We have a toddler-sized one. And so I usually will bring that for trips, and then I'll bring like her sheets for that. But since we don't need any of that stuff, I don't have to bring that this time. So the only other thing she really needs, of course, is like her toiletry stuff, and then the stuff that she sleeps with at night, like her blanket, her bear. But that's pretty much it for her. Then going to Ariana can be a little bit more because she's a baby, and especially when we go somewhere where we're not visiting family, we don't have access to laundry. So I think you can, of course, pay to do laundry, but I would just rather not have to worry about doing any of that stuff unless it's really like an emergency. So I try to pack extra things so that way I don't have to worry about any of that. So like for Naya, we're going to be there for about 3 days. I packed 1, 2, 3. I have 5 outfits. So that way I plan to most of the day pretty much be doing stuff at Great Wolf Lodge, but you never know. We plan to go out for like dinner every night, and just, with traveling there and back or going out, just in case she happens to have whatever that happens, she has extra clothes. So I do the same thing for Ariana. So I packed her outfits. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 7 outfits for her, and I only packed that many for Ariana because for her, of course, as a baby, you have spitting up, you have having an accident or having a blowout or whatever, and like I said, not having access to laundry. If I have to change her, I might have to use 2 outfits a day. So for her, 3 days and having 7 outfits, That should be enough for her. I also have, I'm sure, like an outfit in her diaper bag too. That's always in there. And then I have her swimsuits. I got some pajamas for her. And then I have her little bows. Again, I try to find, like if I'm bringing accessories like this, I try to pick stuff that will match with pretty much all of her outfits. So that way I'm not bringing like a ton of random different things. I have some socks for her, and then I brought these little shoes. I don't even know if these actually fit her or not, but I brought them because some of her outfits don't have like the foot covering on it, and so since it's going to be cold, hopefully these will fit and she can wear that. And then of course I have diapers and wipes. For diapers, what I do is I think about how many diapers she goes through in a day, which is on average about 8, maybe 9 diapers. And then I multiply that by how many days we're going to be gone. So in this case, we're going to be gone technically 4 days. So 8 times 4 is 32. I usually pack more than that. So in this case, I packed, I think, like 45 diapers. And I know it sounds silly, like you really count the diapers, but yes, I really counted the diapers. I went through and counted all of them in this pack and pulled out extras that I needed because, again, I'm not going to have this stuff like, you know, extras with me. And so I try to pack plenty of extra diapers just in case. And then, of course, she has diapers in her diaper bag as well. There's like a handful in there. But I just like to have plenty of extras just in case. Again, like if she's having a day where she's having a lot of blowouts or happens to have a lot of accidents, I don't want to pack the exact number and then end up being stuck like, oh crap, today she had, you know, 12 diapers instead of 9 or whatever. That's just me. And then I also packed her blankets for like when we go out somewhere, since it's going to be cold. Typically I usually bring this thin one, but since it's going to be cold and raining, I brought a thicker one in case we need that because, you know, for babies in a car seat, they can't wear coats. So I usually use blankets to, once she's strapped in the car seat, I will put the blanket over her lap to kind of like make her warm. So I have those. And then I have for her swaddle that she gets wrapped in at night. And then I also have her extra bedding. I just brought one extra piece of bedding for her bassinet. This is just like the sheet, and like this is kind of like a waterproof sheet, I guess you could call it, for if she has an accident and it goes through this sheet. This one will hopefully catch it so that it doesn't get to the actual bassinet. So I brought an extra one of those outside of the one that's going to be on her bed. And then of course I got burp cloths. The only other things that I'm going to need to pack for her is her bassinet, which you can see it right over there. It's like a circle on a stick, basically, if that makes sense. And so the top part, the circle that she's laid into, that part actually comes completely off. And so you can put it in other places for her to sleep there. So I'm planning to bring that because she does sleep in it at night. But when she gets older and, you know, she starts moving and turning and rolling around, she'll be in a pack and play. So since we're not at that stage yet, we're going to just bring that little bassinet piece. It's also a lot smaller than the pack and play. And then I will also bring her hatch. It's like a sound machine. It also can act as a nightlight. Naya uses one of those as well. So instead of bringing 2, I'm just going to bring 1. And then I also have to pack her feeding stuff. So like I'll need to bring bottles. I'll have to bring my pump. I also bring formula just in case I need it for while we're gone. I also have to bring, whenever we do road trips, it depends on how far the trips are, but whenever we go somewhere, I try to bring stuff in a bag that I'm going to need for both of them. So I will pack Ariana's diaper bag like I always do that has like an extra outfit diapers, wipes, changing pad in there. I have like a nursing cover in there, hand sanitizer, lotion, nipple cream. There's like little mini trash bags in there. I'm trying to think of what else is in there. My wallet. And I might be forgetting something. But those are typically things I have in the diaper bag already. But on a trip, I will add some things in there for Naya. So like I'll put some snacks in there for Naya. I might bring the iPad as well, like in case Naya ends up just getting restless and can't make it through the trip, I'll bring that for her. What else? I might put chargers in there for me to have on the road, and maybe a book. But I try to have one bag because all of this stuff is going to go in suitcases. So I try to have one bag that's out that I can get to that has stuff that I'm going to need for either child during the trip. This trip is going to be shorter getting there. It's not that far from where we live. But when we go to, like, say, visit my parents, that's a 7-hour trip. And then, of course, with having a baby, it's going to be longer with having to make more stops. So it just helps to have one bag that I can get to whenever I need to change Ariana, or if I need to give Naya a snack or get her, you know, toys or an iPad or something to keep her busy. All of that I try to keep in one bag. That way I don't have to go and dig through the suitcase like to find diapers and wipes. That's just, it's way too much, and then you got to unpack everything. So it's just way easier to have that one bag that's out there in the car. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. I'm debating if I want to bring her nursing pillow because I use that when I feed her throughout the night, but I don't know if I want to pack that just for convenience. I might just use a hotel pillow for the meantime while we're there, but that's something else that I will bring. And then sometimes, depending on where we go, I also have a travel bassinet, which it folds up and you can unfold it. That one is not for her to sleep in per se, like throughout the night, but I do bring that sometimes, like if I need to set her down somewhere, just so I know she's in a safe spot where she can't like roll off the bed or anything like that. That one I would bring if we're gonna be like at a long trip, like say a week or longer, and if she's at the point where she's able to like roll around. So like right now she doesn't roll around. I could just easily, you know, put her in that bassinet. But overall, I think that's pretty much it for our trips. So how I pack kind of changes depending on where we're going and also depending on how long we're going to be there. Since this is a shorter trip, thankfully I don't have to pack too much. I'm hoping that I can get all of this to fit in one suitcase, but I'm thinking we're probably going to have to pack 2 suitcases even though it's only a 3-day trip. But when it's a trip, like say going to visit my parents and we're there for a week, usually I have to pack a lot more things. But then also the benefit of going to visit family is that you do have access to laundry. So if by chance I don't pack enough outfits, I can easily just go wash whatever I need. Whenever I go to visit family, I can be a little bit more lax on stuff, but whenever we're going somewhere where it's not with family, I try to overpack so that way I have whatever I might need. And then also too, with visiting family, there's certain things that I don't have to bring, like a pack and play or the travel bed for Naya, because it's already where we're going. So hopefully all of this was helpful. I try to keep everything simple and easy, and I also try to make sure I start packing a few days ahead of the trip so that way I don't forget anything waiting at the last minute. But don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Marriage and Medicine, and we will see you in the next video.